Okay everybody, here's a view from your passenger seat, okay? And I got a little public service announcement I guess to make. It has to do with Wrecking Cars 72, old John. Well, old John ticked me off here a couple weeks ago, as some of yous know. And some of yous, I'm sure, unsubscribed him and this, that, and the other. Yeah, it's one of those things. You know, everybody pokes fun at everybody, and everybody, needless to say, I guess I kind of got a little more pissed off than what I should have. So, don't really hold it against him, and, you know, go sub him back. We're over it, you know, that's just all there is to it. We're over it. It's crap happens, you know, people get agitated, people get aggravated, and things happen, you know. It's not that big of a deal, my friends. Just, you know, let it go. Give him hell and call him an asshole and be done with it. Because I'm over it, you know. It come to the point I unsubscribed him, I blocked him, you know, etc., etc., and it got out of hand, and more 350 power got involved in it, and he was innocent, pretty well innocent in the whole shooting match, etc., etc. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is just let bygones be bygones, and go sub him back. He's a good old shithead. So anyway, well, we're back with the CRC rust converter, and we're gonna double check and make sure that I got all this. Yeah, we do. And we're gonna. You know, this stuff here, I really don't think was even, I don't think this stuff was painted even from the factory. I think it was left bare metal, left to rot so you'll buy a new truck, in my opinion. But there we go, we got it laid on. We got some on some things that we probably didn't want it on, but we'll wipe it off here in a minute. We're gonna do the frame rail, like yay, the top edges of it that we can't really get to. When we put this back together, I mean, we can perfectly get to this. We've got it on the exhaust. I ain't gonna say that that's probably a good thing, just because I'm sure it's not heat proof. So, you know, we're gonna wipe it off. Got a little on that. I gotta take that apart. We got a little on this that we need to zinc, so we're gonna wipe it off. We got the rust converter sprayed on, my friends, and we're gonna put a little more right there, just because I think it needs a little more. And we're gonna, well, we still got the other side to do. That nozzle's not gonna dry up and cause us problems yet, so we're gonna leave it. And we're gonna grab the can of zinc and we're gonna go around. And mind you, we've got some pittage and stuff going on there. That is bad news, really. But there's not much we can do. I've ground with wire brush and done everything, so we're gonna zinc it. And we're gonna hope that holds back. I mean, this is rust repair 101. We're fixing rust. Hope you can see anything I'm doing. I'm watching where I'm spraying the products instead of what I'm videoing, so I don't want to make a mess here. So stay with me. We're covering up bare metal that we don't want to rust in this process. Need to peel this back, the seal there, because I want to zinc down all this bare metal. There we go. I've got bare metal up in here. This needs to be dealt with at a later date, but we're going to put a little zinc on it just to preserve it for now. I've still got to do the whole floor pan, of course. This zinc primer does dry extremely fast. I love this stuff. I mean, it's good. It's real good stuff. Well, anyway, we've got this side of cooking. Let's go look at the other side. I don't know what else to call it other than cooking, to be honest with you, because it kind of oogles and googles and does its thing. And it turns into this black crusting black primer, you know. That's what it turns into. So it's working real well. You know, I probably got it a little heavy in places, but it works real well. It neutralizes the rust, and you can actually take a piece of rusted metal, put it outside, spray it with this stuff, and leave it setting, and it will not rust back. So it must be good stuff. But while we've got this apart, we got this open, all my linkage for a 4-wheel drive. If your old John talk about it, he hates a 203 transfer case. I like a 203 transfer case, thank you. I like it. I like a truck that's nimble and like a cat on sandpaper in the snow and stuff. You know, I don't drive this thing every day. If I put a 205 in it, I'd probably get about 3 or 4 more miles a gallon. But you know what? Big block ain't going to get fuel mileage. I don't care what I do to it. So, but I'll tell you what may wind up happening. You can see my motor pile. As you can see, it's an air cleaner of a 7.3 liter diesel. 7.3. 7.3. It's been a darn thought. It really has been a thought. But it's going to come down to this. I'm in reality doing this truck back for my dad. He don't watch YouTube, so he don't have a clue. I'm redoing this truck. I'm going to give it back to him. That's, you know, whether he takes it or not is a question. He may not. But if he does, you know, it's no, I'm not upset about it. That's why I'm doing it. That's my motivation in doing this truck, is to give it back to my dad. But, you know, I'm going to ask him what he thinks about a diesel. If he likes the idea of the diesel, it's going to become a diesel. Because it will fit with no problems. It'll fit right in there. Bolt right in pretty well. Thanks to Andy, Cannon to Catalyst, I will have a the back bracket that goes, or adapter plate that goes on the engine, that'll bolt to a C6. It'll bolt right up to the C6 that's in this truck. Yeah, this old C6 may look crusty, but it ain't got, let's see, it's got 27 to 28, 29, 30, 31. It's got about 4,300 miles on it. Well, about 4,200, I think. So I think it had 27.1. Anyway, that's how many miles is on it. I took his transmission out. I took the transfer case out. I had all of it out. And I went through it. Did I clean the outside of it? No. Why? Why bother? I went through it. It had already been went through in the 90s anyway. It just set. I've been all the way through the brake system. I've put yet again another engine in it. All sorts of nice stuff. I mean, I've done a lot of work on this truck. And I plan on it being like a new one. And, you know, earlier in this video I started it. It's been about an hour, okay? I bumped it and it started. I mean, this truck runs like a Singer sewing machine. It really does. I mean, it runs great. The exhaust is ridiculously loud, mainly because it don't have any exhaust. It's got, yeah, can you see? They're cut. The wreck mangled them. And as you can see, I got a lot of work on this frame, a lot of work. The back of the frame's the worst, but it's not anything but cosmetic. It's not structural. And as you can see from where I put the bed on, I've got a hose clamp missing right there. It's not to seal it up, it's the clamp that holds the neck. You know, the bed's just bolted on, but it's coming back off, so I'm gonna deal with that frame when I get it off. I'll probably wire wheel it and lay the rust converter to it. Yep, should look good. And I'll spray it in with, I'll probably just undercoat the plastic thing, just spray it all and undercoat. So, but that's ramble and ramble. I've got a bee trying to eat my head right now. Well, let's throw a little tow meter in this random video. I was at the good old Lowe's and I found these. They're driveway pegs, okay? They're fiberglass. What do y'all think? Corner markers. Kind of cool, ain't it? Yeah. Passenger side's the one you really can't see, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bore a hole. Right, yay. Summer's there. I'm probably closer to the edge. About yay. I'm going to bore a hole, and I'm just going to drop it in, and it'll set in like that. Of course, it'll be, you know, straight, of course. And I'm just going to put a little bead of silicone around it to hold it, and I'm going to put me some little corner markers on old tow meter. What do you think? They got a little reflective piece on them and everything. I'm gonna put little corners on him. And you know, if it ever comes down I don't like them, it's plain and simple. You just take a MIG welder and buzz that hole up. You're done. One hole is all to be drilled, no big deal. Made it look pretty good with his new wax job. He's dirty as I'll get out. He's been clear up in Virginia. Yins missed that. I didn't take my camera, but we had, as you can see, the junk that was under the big sling. Big sling's been out and been out of the way. He had to be a pickup truck because my pickup trucks took apart. We hauled a freezer on the back of him. Yep, we bought a freezer up at the Lowe's. Made them a ridiculously crazy offer on a scratch and dent, and they took it. So we had to figure out how to haul it. So we've got both the slings out and slung, and we put the freezer right there. Who said you couldn't use a tow truck as a pickup truck? But anyway, this is probably the last video you're gonna see from me tonight, and maybe the next thing you'll see maybe some welding. I'm not real sure. I'm not sure if I'm gonna weld these floor pans in or if I'm gonna have a friend of mine weld them in. He can buzz these panels in there a heck of a lot quicker than I probably can. So, you know, maybe I'll do it, maybe he'll do it. I don't really know. It's one of those things I won't have to pay him to do it, you know, 'cause he's a nice guy, he's a good friend. So I may just let him do them. He said he would. He said he'd buzz them right in for me, and we'll see how it comes out. But we're getting the floor pans in, we're getting everything took care of, we're getting the rust stopped, the rust ground, the rust converted, etc., etc. So if you want to convert rust converter. You want something you can weld through and something to protect between panels, use that. Good products. But anyway, I rambled on for 12 minutes, so I guess this will be a 4-hour video. See y'all.